We've all been there, scrolling through endless nutrition advice, trying to figure out what the heck we're supposed to eat to get in amazing shape. 1 minute it's keto, the next it's intermittent fasting, then it's raw vegan. It's enough to make your head spin, especially when you've got a packed schedule and can barely find time to grab a snack, let alone prepare a gourmet meal. Here's the good news. You don't need to turn into a human calculator or become a Michelin star chef to get in amazing shape. Today, I'm breaking down the simplest nutrition plan you can follow, no fads, no stress, just simple, effective strategies to help you hit your goals. I'm Lewis, a personal trainer with nearly a decade of experience helping busy professionals just like you transform their bodies without spending hours in the kitchen or counting every calorie. So if you're short on time and need a plan that actually works, stick around. Oh, and at the end, I'll share a free quiz that'll help you figure out exactly what changes you need to make in your diet to start seeing results fast. So the problem with most nutrition plans. First off, let's talk about why most nutrition plans fail, especially for busy people. Biggest issue, they're not sustainable. People try to overhaul the entire diet overnight. One day you're eating pizza and ice cream, and the next you're trying to live on boiled chicken and broccoli like some sort of monk or old-fashioned 90s bodybuilder. Spoiler alert, that's not going to last. It's not sustainable. I've seen this a million times. Clients who are all in for a week, and by day 7, they're buried under a pile of takeaway containers. So we're not doing that. Instead, I'm going to show you how to build a simple, effective nutrition plan that fits into your lifestyle, not the other way around. So let me tell you about one of my clients, Chris. Chris is the classic, time-poor, low-energy, busy professional in his mid-30s, balancing a demanding career, family life, and everything else on his plate. Before we started working together, he thought the only way to lose weight was to follow some restrictive diet that had him counting calories 24/7 and prepping meals for hours on a Sunday night. And after a few failed attempts and feeling more exhausted than ever, he came to me for a solution that actually worked with his schedule. And fast forward a few months, Chris dropped 10 kg, felt sharper at work, was in great shape, and had more energy to spend time with his family, all without turning his life upside down. How did we do it, you may ask? Well, I introduced him to this simple, sustainable nutrition framework, which I'm about to share with you right now. So step 1, figure out your caloric needs. Let's start with the most basic part of any nutritional plan, calories. Whether you want to lose fat, gain muscle, or just maintain where you are, your calories matter. There's no getting away from it. But here's the thing, don't have to be obsessed with counting them, I promise. First, figure out roughly how many calories you need to maintain your current weight. You can use an online calculator to estimate this, or better yet, track what you're eating for a week without changing anything and see where your weight goes. Once you have a rough idea, we'll adjust from there. For example, let's say your maintenance calories are somewhere around 2,500. If your goal is fat loss, you're going to aim for about a 10 to 20% deficit. So that's about 2,000 to 2,250 calories per day. But here's the trick. Don't go crazy trying to hit the exact number every day. If you're close, you're winning. Trust me, close is good enough. Or within a broad range. That's what I like to do personally. I'll stay within a range as opposed to hitting an exact calorie number. Step 2. Focus on protein first. So here's the easiest way to make sure your nutrition plan doesn't go off the rails. Focus on protein. Why? Well, because protein is the MVP when it comes to getting in shape. It helps you build and maintain muscle, keeps you full, satiated, and has the highest thermic effect, meaning you burn more calories just digesting it compared to carbs or fats. Basically, it's the all-star of your nutrition plan. So, how much do you need? Aim for 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. If you weigh 180 pounds, try to get somewhere around 180 grams of protein each day, or if you're at around 165 grams, that's absolutely fine. I know that sounds like a lot, but it is easier than you think once you get into a routine. So what are some practical examples? Well, a typical day could look like scrambled eggs with Greek yogurt on the side for a bit more protein. Lunch could be grilled chicken salad with plenty of veggies. Dinner could be salmon or some type of lean beef with roasted potatoes. Snacks throughout the day could be a protein shake, handful of nuts, or some cottage cheese. No need to overcomplicate things. Keep your meals simple and prioritize protein in every meal. And no, you do not have to eat dry chicken breasts every day. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. Trust me, I've been there. Step 3, high volume, low calorie foods. Right, let's talk about the rest of your meals. After protein, the next thing you want to focus on is high volume, low calorie foods. These are foods that are packed with nutrients and fiber, but don't rack up a ton of calories. They help keep you feel full, which is especially useful if you're in a calorie deficit trying to lose fat. We're talking about foods like leafy greens, spinach, kale, etc. Veggies like broccoli, cauliflower, Potatoes, yes, potatoes, they're super filling without being calorie bombs. Obviously, you can use other carb sources like rice, pasta, etc. as well. Berries and fruits, beans, and other foods also are great. These foods take up a lot of space in your stomach, which means you feel fuller for longer. Means you are less likely to overeat throughout the day because you're already full. They're the perfect sidekicks to your protein heroes. So here's a pro tip: fill half your plate with veggies at every meal. You'll be surprised at how much this simple trick helps you stay on track without feeling like you're starving 24/7. Step 4, keep carbs and fats balanced. Now let's get to carbs and fats. This is where most people get confused. Should you cut carbs? Should you cut fats? Should you do some weird hybrid of both? Well, here's the answer. Don't worry too much. You don't need to go to extremes. Instead, keep your carbs and fats balanced. Both are important for your energy levels, brain function, and overall health. So you don't need to cut either of them out completely. Aim to get around 30 to 40% of your calories from carbs and around 20 to 30% from fats. This balance will give you energy to power through your workout and still leave you feeling satiated. So what does that look like in real life? Well, if you're eating 2,000 calories, yes, I know it's low, this is just an example, but a day from carbs could be 150 to 200 grams, fats 50 to 70 grams, and practical examples could be, for carbs, rice, sweet potato, oats, whole grains, and fruits as well. Fats could be avocados, nuts, olive oil, fatty fish like salmon, and as we know, balance is key. You don't need to go low carb and you don't need to drown your food in butter. Keep it simple and balanced. Step 5, drink water like it's your job. Here's a super simple habit that most people overlook. Drink more water. I know it sounds boring and you've probably heard it before. Being hydrated makes a massive difference in how you feel and perform. It keeps your energy up, helps with digestion, and even helps fat loss because dehydration can sometimes be mistaken for hunger, meaning you are eating more calories, which means you are over consuming, leading to weight gain. So here's a practical tip. Start your day with a big glass of water before anything else, especially before a coffee. And carry a water bottle with you throughout the day. I do that all the time. If you're one of those people who forgets to drink water, set a reminder on your phone to take a sip every hour. And another trick I like to do is put some type of juice in there, a low-calorie juice, just to give it some flavor. This massively helps me. I started doing it a few years ago, and it makes sure that I don't miss out on drinking because I know it tastes nice. Step 6, don't stress about clean eating. Look, I get it. There's a lot of pressure out there on eating clean, but here's the truth. You do not need to eat 100% clean to get in great shape. Instead of stressing over whether every meal is clean or dirty, focus on eating mostly whole, unprocessed foods 80 to 90% of the time. And again, when I say unprocessed, all I mean is foods which aren't really high in fat, really high in carbs, and most of the carbs coming from sugar, because they're not going to leave you feeling satiated and you're more likely to overconsume. And the rest, just enjoy yourself. If you want pizza or burger now and then, just have it. Just be mindful of portion sizes and don't go overboard. In Chris's case, from my client scenario earlier, we followed the 80-20 rule. 80% of his meals were nutrient dense and 20% were much more flexible. He still enjoyed his Friday night takeaways, but kept the portions in check. As long as you're hitting your protein and calorie targets, a little indulgence won't derail your progress. Here's a simple summary of the framework I follow with most of my clients to help them get in amazing shape without turning their lives upside down. Figure out your calories, estimate your maintenance calories, and aim for a small deficit if fat loss is the goal. Prioritize protein, aim for 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight to support muscle and recovery. If it's a little bit less than that, that's totally fine too. Eat high volume, low calorie foods. Fill up on the veggies and other nutrient dense foods that keep you full. Balance carbs and fats, but don't cut everything out. Just keep it healthy and balanced. Stay hydrated, drink at least 3 liters of water per day. Tips were add some juice and make sure you've got the electrolytes in as well. Allow flexibility, follow the 80-20 rule, and don't stress about being perfect. The simplest nutrition plan to get in amazing shape in 2025, even with a busy schedule. Focus on your calories, prioritize protein, eat plenty of high volume food, and keep carbs and fats balanced. Drink water like your life depends on it, and don't stress over being perfect. Stick to this framework and you'll be amazed at the results. If you're ready to take things to the next level, click the link below to take my free body and health and performance quiz. It'll give you a personalized plan based on your current habits and help you zero in on exactly what you need to change to hit your goals. Oh, and before I go, this video right over here somewhere absolutely help you move in the right direction. Trust me, it's packed with more tips to keep your nutrition and fitness as simple and effective as possible. See you there.